Gaza is a small but highly significant Palestinian territory on the eastern Mediterranean coast, bordering Israel and Egypt. Home to over 2 million people, it is one of the most densely populated areas in the world. Once part of historic Palestine, Gaza has witnessed multiple wars and conflicts, with Israeli airstrikes, ground invasions, and Palestinian rocket attacks becoming routine. The latest 2023 war has resulted in thousands of deaths and massive destruction, worsening the already dire conditions. Let's get started. Gaza remains a symbol of Palestinian resistance, yet its people continue to suffer under blockades, war, and international inaction, with no clear path to peace. What did Trump say in his speech? Former President Donald Trump has recently proposed a controversial plan regarding the Gaza Strip, suggesting that the United States should take over and clean out Gaza, relocating its nearly 2 million Palestinian residents to neighboring countries such as Egypt and Jordan. He described Gaza as a demolition zone and emphasized the need for a complete overhaul of the area.
I was saddened by the fate of the Palestinian people. They deserve a far better life. They deserve the chance to achieve their extraordinary potential. Palestinians have been trapped in a cycle of terrorism, poverty, and violence, exploited by those seeking to use them as pawns to advance terrorism and extremism.
Why Trump is so interested about Gaza? Donald Trump's intense interest in Gaza is deeply rooted in his pro-Israel policies, hardline stance against Iran, political ambitions, and his broader national security agenda, all of which play a crucial role in shaping his domestic and foreign policy narratives. Throughout his presidency, Trump positioned himself as one of the most staunchly pro-Israel U.S. presidents in history, making landmark decisions such as recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital, relocating the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, and officially recognizing Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights, moves that were widely celebrated in Israel and among his political base, particularly among evangelical Christians and conservative Jewish voters in the U.S. His administration also played a key role in securing the Abraham Accords, a series of agreements that led to several Arab nations, including the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Morocco, and Sudan, normalizing ties with Israel, a diplomatic breakthrough that he sees as a major part of his foreign policy legacy. Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now. However, the ongoing conflict in Gaza threatens this progress, as increasing violence and civilian casualties have strained relations between Israel and the Arab world, raising concerns that the accords could weaken or unravel. Trump has repeatedly blamed the Biden administration for failing to prevent the Hamas attack on Israel on October 7, 2023, arguing that his leadership kept Israel safe and that Hamas would never have dared to launch such an assault under his presidency. He has used the Gaza war as a political weapon to attack Biden's foreign policy, portraying him as weak, ineffective, and failing to protect one of America's closest allies. In contrast, Trump frames himself as a strong leader who prioritizes national security, counterterrorism, and unwavering support for Israel, making it a key talking point in his 2024 presidential campaign.
Save Israel, right? Save Israel. And when I'm back in the Oval Office, I will support Israel's right to win its war on terror. They have to have a right to win the war.
His hardline stance against Iran also plays a central role in his interest in Gaza, as he views Hamas as an Iranian proxy, and during his time in office, he took aggressive measures to weaken Tehran, including withdrawing from the 2015 Iran nuclear deal, reinstating heavy sanctions, and ordering the killing of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani in 2020. Trump has long argued that Iran is the greatest destabilizing force in the Middle East, and by taking a strong stance against Hamas in Gaza, he reinforces his anti-Iran narrative while appealing to Republican voters who favor a tough, militaristic approach to foreign policy. Beyond foreign affairs, Trump has also linked the Gaza conflict to U.S. domestic security and immigration policies, warning that Palestinian refugees or other Middle Eastern migrants could pose a terrorist threat if allowed into the United States. He has used this crisis to further justify his calls for stricter border control, a Muslim travel ban, and heightened immigration restrictions, portraying the Biden administration's approach to both foreign conflicts and border security as dangerous and weak. Ultimately, Trump's interest in Gaza is not about the territory itself, but about leveraging the conflict to boost his political messaging, rally his base, and push for a return to the White House. His policies would likely prioritize undermining Hamas, increasing pressure on Iran, and potentially expanding the Abraham Accords, while also using the conflict to further his domestic agenda on immigration and national security. Through this multi-layered approach, Trump aims to reassert U.S. dominance in the Middle East, reinforce his legacy as a strong leader, and solidify his position among conservative voters, making Gaza a key component of his broader geopolitical and political strategy. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If so, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.